Ladies and gentlemen, the suspension of the National Federation Party MPs from Parliament over a minor matter is the latest assault on democracy by a government that is only paying lip service to parliamentary rule by the elected representatives of the people. The action taken against the NFP also underscores further how Fiji has become a country of severe and savage legal penalties and actions, which are the very opposite of the liberal democracy of which the Prime Minister and the Attorney General boast. I call on the international community to join with the opposition in the fight to turn back the government's campaign to return Fiji to the days of repression and dictatorship. Sadly, many nations are turning a blind eye, at least publicly, to what is unfolding in our country. It is time for them now to stop their policies of appeasement and flattery. There is irrefutable evidence that Fiji is already a militarized state, spending huge amounts of scarce public funds on maintaining a large standing army. Russia recently provided the lethal equipment to rearm the RFMF. The extreme steps taken against the NFP members of the opposition are, in our view, wrong in law and lacking in fairness. They are also morally wrong and deprive the NFP parliamentarians and their many supporters of their political rights that are supposed to be guaranteed in the Constitution. What of the NFP members' constitutional rights to be presumed innocent until proven guilty, according to law? The way this entire disgraceful episode has been handled leads me to conclude that the elected NFP members of Parliament do not have the same rights as common criminals. It seems that the Speaker has assumed ownership of the rights of our NFP friends. The Supervisor of Elections, Mr. Mohammed Sanim, is refusing to be accountable by declining to divulge any details of correspondence between his office and the NFP and its representatives. He obviously does not grasp the fundamental principle that what has been imposed unjustly on the NFP is a matter of major public interest. Mr. Sanim could have chosen to inform the NFP by a simple phone call of the so-called infringement of the political party's decree, so that it could be attended to. I understand there was no prior communication from him despite his being aware of the issue for several weeks. He decided, however, to take the extreme action of suspension. The Speaker will also have to tell the public at some stage how her role in what has transpired relates to the provision in the decree that a person who is a member of a political party that has been suspended and is a member of Parliament shall continue as an MP for the unexpired term. So, Madam Speaker, let us have an explanation, please. I also question the integrity of certain officials who are condoning the government's anti-democratic agenda when they know it is wrong. They are complicit in the move back to unaccountable repression. I have mentioned that Fiji is now a nation of what can be called legal extremism. Never before have we been subjected to such a wide range of harsh levels of legal punishment that are now part of the law. To the citizens of Fiji, I say this: democracy is not a spectator sport. You cannot simply sit back and believe that in our situation, democracy will just happen by itself. It requires your full involvement. That is what democracy is all about. So my plea again to you is to join with opposition parties to push back against the anti-democratic actions of the government. Remember that the power of the people is supreme. That power, however, must be used effectively through peaceful, legitimate means to right the wrongs that are being committed against us. Thank you for listening, and may God bless Fiji.